So a couple of years ago, I turned 40 and I celebrated that by traveling to LA with my sister. We had an amazing time. And I was like, I thought things were going to feel different as soon as I turned 40. But it took me a couple of years just to realize that things are never the same. At some point, you get to rearrange your life to help suit your situation, to help suit your current living situation, if I may say. And you tend to reorganize things in terms of your cycle of friends, what you do, things you think about, or how you handle yourself on daily basis. If you're watching me for the first time, welcome. My name is Claudine. I am a mother, a wife, and a practitioner, and I bring information on lifestyle, motivation, and a few vlogs here and there. And if you're my returning viewer, thank you so much. Make sure you guys take all the way up to the end because I have 10 important points that I want to share with you on what you need to stop thinking about once you turn 40. And even if you haven't turned 40 yet, these are some of the things that you can start reprioritizing in your life to make the best out of your life. So I wrote them down so I don't forget, because one of the things that tend to disappear when you turn a certain age is your memory. And I'm not saying I have memory issues, but trust me, I wouldn't be able to remember all 10 of them at once. So I made sure that I wrote them down so I do not forget. And the first thing is what people think about you. At some point in life, we tend to worry way too much about what others think about you, what they're saying about you. It doesn't matter once you reach a certain age. You just tend to live for yourself and for those who are truly happy for you. And this includes your real family members. Trust me, I'm from a large family, and not everybody, this is bolded and underlined, not everybody is going to be for the best of your interests. So you tend to isolate yourself. You tend to choose and understand what everybody is thinking about you, which you cannot really get to know. But at the same time, you stop worrying about what people think. The second thing is chasing perfection. If perfection was a person, this person would be running a marathon. There's nothing perfect in this world. As my daughter would say, nothing is perfect. One day I remember we went out as a family to eat. We had gone to Outback Steakhouse, which is one of our favorite places to go to because we love the bread over there. So anyway, after we were done, my husband asked one of our daughters that, how much score would you give for the food today? And she goes, 4 out of 5. And we asked her, why not 5 out of 5? And she said, nothing is perfect. And she's right. Nothing is perfect. So if you are still chasing perfection, you're not going to get it. So it gets to a point where you realize that you make mistakes and you keep pushing forward. You choose your mistakes, you work on them and make them better, but not perfect, because perfection never exists. The third thing is keeping up with trends, whether it's shopping, whether it's clothing, housing, cars, jobs. Everything is different for everybody. So stop keeping up with trends. Everybody has a different life that they're living. You might see Mr. A bought Mercedes and you're like, I want Mercedes too. You don't know what Mr. A makes. He probably bought it cash. While you go over there, you want to buy Mercedes just to make it up, or rather to keep up with Mr. A. While you're going to be paying $700 to $1,000 on Kano just because you wanted to keep up with the trend. The other thing is when you talk about keeping up with trends, it may not just affect you financially, it will affect you emotionally, psychologically, socially, because at some point when you realize that you can't fit into a specific cycle of friends that you are friends with, the fact that they're at a different level might make you feel like you're out of place. Instead of trying to keep up with the trends, try to talk to your friends, your cycle of friends, and see what did they do different that you can learn from them. This is what's going to make you much better this is what's going to put you in a better position than trying to keep up with the trends blindly. The fourth thing is having everything figured out. At 40 plus years, I'm still figuring out a couple of things. I have my people that I can turn to. I have my literature. I have ways of finding out the information that I need. But when you start having everything figured out, you feel like, oh, I got it all figured out. No, it's better in a community. And when I say community, don't just go to any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Find the perfect person, the perfect team, the perfect group that's going to help you grow in whichever way you want to. Finding yourself in a wrong group can also be a way of putting you down. So let's say you don't drink, but then you start hanging out with all these drunkards. Trust me, one day you're gonna start drinking. You don't smoke, but you want to start hanging out with all those who smoke. You're gonna start smoking. Even if you don't start smoking, you're going to feel the effect of secondhand smoking. Trust me. Don't try to have everything figured out by hanging with the wrong people. The fifth is aging and appearance. Look at me now, all natural. Yeah, I have my stress pimples, but aging and appearance is not one of the things that really stress me right now. Oh, talking about aging and appearance. If you've seen the picture of Jeff Bezos, the fiance. Oh my goodness. Yes, some of us tend to go for the looks until you damage your natural look. So the many things you're trying to put on your body is going to ruin your life. All this BBL, whatever you want to call it, these heavy makeups, these are going to ruin your skin. Instead, go for the natural ways. Get your serums, get your nutrition in, get your hydration in. Yes, these are some of the ways in which aging and appearance will come out natural versus if you try to do it artificially. I'm trying to make sure this video is not too long, and if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing, turn on your notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. The seventh thing is past mistakes. We've done mistakes, and the most thing you can do about your mistakes is learn on how to improve on them. Why did you make this mistake? What can you do to make it better? So let us use our past mistakes as a learning moment and a learning environment. The seventh thing is people who don't appreciate you. I've had to let go of people within my cycle of friends, including very close relatives. People who don't appreciate you do not really need to be within your cycle of friends, and don't feel guilty about it. People who don't appreciate you do not need to be within your close proximity because they're not happy for you and there's no need for them to be there with you. The eighth thing is being busy to feel valuable. Time is money, and the most you can do is do something that can create some value in it. Just trying to be busy to show that you are valued, that's not the way to go. Let's say like sitting in front of a computer for like four hours, while when you look back, you try to figure out, what did I do for the last 4 hours? Nothing. So make sure you have a plan with you, because this is how you're going to realize that you're making use of your time correctly. I always have my to-do list with me, and I write them down. This is one of the things that I have. And writing them down, this doesn't mean I have to accomplish them today or tomorrow. There's some of the things that I know I need to accomplish within the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks. And having them written down just helps me keep track of everything. And I also use my reminders on the phone. So that's how you're gonna know that you are more valuable than just trying to keep busy. The ninth thing is comparing yourself with others. I previously did a video about why nurses are living paycheck to paycheck. And this is one of the things, keeping up with the Joneses, whatever you call it. But you always forget where you come from, what your position is, and where you're headed to. Don't try to compare yourself with others. Everybody's situation is different, whether you know them, whether you don't know them. Try to remain within your cycle and just see and keep up with what you really need to do for yourself and your family without comparing yourself with others. You see somebody living in a big house and you want a big house. You see somebody driving a fancy car and you want a fancy car. You see somebody going on vacations every other month and you want to do the same. You don't know their financial situation. You don't know how hard they're working to get to that specific point. So before you compare yourself with others, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. And finally, I told you to wait till number 10, waiting for the perfect time. There's never a perfect time. The perfect time is now. Getting started will help you make it steps further. But if you sit back and wait for that perfect time, it's never gonna come. And sometimes you find yourself in situations where a friend is trying to discourage you, a colleague is trying to discourage you, a family member is trying to discourage you, and you end up being caught in this cycle of waiting for the perfect time, which never comes. Reminds me of when I decided to go back to school. I was filling out my application. My daughter was just, actually, my daughter wasn't born yet because I was trying to apply for the next academic year, which was fall. She was to be born in May. And one of the nurses asked me, how are you going to make it with a newborn? And I was like, I'll just make it. And that's when I stopped telling people that I'm trying to go to school. Of course, a few people knew because I needed my references. So if I was to listen to this nurse, I wouldn't have made it at that point. There's never a perfect time. The perfect time is to start right now. Thank you so much for making it this far with me. And I hope this video has been very beneficial for you. And just remember, there are things you have to shift in your life to help you move to a spot higher, to a position higher, and for you to realize that there is more for you in store than you think of. Thank you so much. Till next time. Peace out.